So this is going to be another movie review. This one's called 2001 Maniacs, Field of Screams, 2010. This is going to be another David F. Friedman, Herschell Gordon Lewis collaboration. I'm not sure if it's the sequel to the remake or it's the third in the series of sequels. I've never seen 2000 Maniacs. I've never seen 2001 Maniacs. Of course, 2000 Maniacs is a great film. One of Herschell Gordon Lewis' best movies, in my opinion. And I haven't seen the second one, but I did watch the third one just now. And I'm giving it 3 out of 5 stars. I had kind of mixed feelings about it. It gets bad reviews, especially from horror fans. It's supposed to be a horror comedy, but it's not funny at all. It has pretty good gore effects, and there's one China Rose who's quite attractive, but she didn't reveal much in this one, unfortunately. If they'd used her more, I think I would have liked it better, but suffice it to say, it's hard to make a horror comedy work. This one has a lot of bad jokes, unfunny stuff. It's got the dude from Skinny Puppy, ohGr, whatever his name is, Nick ohGr. I don't remember his name, but he's just kind of bug-eyed and trying to look scary. Not very effective. There's Bill Moseley and the lady from Amityville New Generation, which is like Amityville 6 or 7, I can't remember. But those were the only 3 actors I could really recognize. Skinny Puppy is one of the great industrial bands, Canadian dudes from 1980s. I really liked them when I was in college. My college friend turned me on to them, and then I sort of rediscovered them more recently when the U.S. government was using Skinny Puppy so-called music to torture people in Guantanamo, and then Skinny Puppy sent the Department of Defense a bill for $1 million. That was kind of amusing. But getting back to the movie, so it's unclear what's happening here. You see a comic book of Civil War, Southern City getting burned to the ground, women getting raped and whatnot. Typical Civil War scene. I don't know if they're talking about Atlanta, but maybe it was their specific town. I forget the name of their town. But they're having a jubilee. They misspell the detour sign that goes to their jubilee. They're basically a bunch of cannibalistic ghosts, I guess, because they're still around 2010 after having their city destroyed in the Civil War. That part wasn't really clear to me, how they became ghosts or whatnot. But the sheriff shows up and he says no more killing. So they give him a barrel roll with nails in it, and it ends up landing on some spikes. People complain about the gore effects, but I thought it was pretty cool. So they decide to take their show on the road since there are no Northerners in their hick town, southern town, and they end up in Iowa, where Paris Hilton, Nicole Richie wannabes are on a road trip in a Winnebago on their way to meet Southern people. So I guess they're heading the opposite direction, and they cross paths there in Iowa. The Winnebago breaks down. They were planning to do a reality show where Hollywood dumb blondes meet Southern culture, and they end up meeting the Jubilee, and the rednecks start killing them one by one, start eating them and stuff. And the two blondies are the last survivors. That's about the movie. Not much interesting going on with this. I thought it was a fairly mediocre sequel. I wasn't crazy about it, but it probably gave it better rating than most people did. So, I had the DVD in my hand before I went to pick up my son. Dennis the Menace Strikes Again, which is a straight-to-video sequel with Carrot Top, Don Rickles, Betty White, and George Kennedy. And then I must have left it in the garage because I couldn't find it in my bag. I was planning on watching that one instead of this one. Then I've got Deliverance and can't remember what else. Let me check. Yeah, I'll probably get Deliverance tomorrow. But there's another movie that I'll get tomorrow also. Trying to look it up. I can't, for the life of me, I can't remember the name. But let's see how long this will take. Oh, it's called The Killer Inside Me. So those are my next 3 reviews. If I can remember to bring the DVDs. I just woke up from a deep sleep, all groggy and whatnot. And that's probably why I forgot to put it in my bag. Hopefully it's still there at home and I didn't lose it somehow. But I'll try to get those 3 reviews in by the end of the week. And see how that goes. But I did want to get this review in. I'm not going to post the trailer of the movie in the description box, but if you search for it, you'll find it. And I'm not going to say highly recommended or check it out for this one. I was disappointed by this. The comic book thing looked promising in the beginning, but then it started to go downhill from there, unfortunately. That's the end of my review. Laters.